Hello and welcome to Saturday's edition of Cracking the Cryptic, where we're going to be doing, I'm still catching up post-holidays on all of the puzzles that have had lots and lots of recommendations in the meantime. And there's a whole suite of puzzles by the constructor Kaktuslav that apparently I've got to have a go at. I'm going to try Ben's today, which is... It's got a very simple rule set, but I found it on Logic Masters, and you can see here, basically everyone says it's brilliant. And this is important, it's got, let's go to the top. It's got an enormous rating, but it's got 2 stars out of 5 for difficulty. And you may say, why is that important? We like to watch you do very, very hard puzzles. Well, I love to do very, very hard puzzles too, but not when it's 20 to 6 in the evening. Now, it's a weekend today, and life has totally got away with me. So this is the first chance I've had to sit down. So Kaktuslav, please, just make this puzzle. A nice 40 minutes to an hour long would be really, really good. If you can. Anyway, we'll read the rules of this one, which is just a twist on region sum lines in a moment or two's time. But other things to mention, which I should mention swiftly, shouldn't I, given the time. So what have I got to do? I've got to solve this puzzle. Now, let's say it takes me an hour. That's 20 to 7. Now, it should be fine. It should be fine, providing the internet works. It should be fine. I don't have to use one of my dwindling store of backup videos. I do have a very small cache of videos that I've recorded in advance in case of emergencies. But I don't like to use them unless and until I actually have an emergency, because believe it or not, recording a video in advance, it really does. That day where I have to do that, it takes a lot more time than you might think to record 2 videos for a day. Anyway, I'm wibbling, which I don't have time to do. Anyway, what I was going to show you was something about Monday evening when we are streaming a brand new game, Lorelei and the Laser Eyes, which this is the thumbnail for. So 10 p.m. UK time. Love to have your company. If you've joined us for any of our streams before, hopefully this will be the start of a new series. And we'd obviously love to have your company. For that, I'll try and remember to put a link to that on the screen. Next, not much bigger news, but big news is that today is the 1st of August. And that means if you're a patron of the channel over on Patreon, firstly, thank you so much for supporting us there. It keeps the channel going. As a reward for our patrons, at the 1st of each month, as well as all the extra content we put over there, we have our competition launching. And this one, Blobz has been kind enough to send me the sort of league table already. It's called No Trump Game, and you can see there are 9 puzzles to solve altogether, all themed on different playing cards. But I don't think this 0 can be true, because obviously the competition has been live now for a few minutes. So it went live at 4 p.m. this afternoon. So there's been an hour and 40. So I reckon some people will have solved some of the... It's amazing. This is great. 89 people have already solved the first puzzle, and 6 people have solved 2 puzzles already. If I remember, I'm going to do that at the end of the video as well, because I'm just going to be interested at the very moment we launch a competition to see how the numbers develop. Because in last month's competition, I think it was it 2,000 of you had solved the first puzzle by the end of the 20 days, and certainly I think it was 1,000 people had solved all of the puzzles by the end of the 20 days. So it'd be interesting to see what happens even in the course of the first couple of hours. So that's over on Patreon right now. Do join us over there if you want a chance of coming onto the channel to appear in a video. As I say, closing date's the 20th. Now, let's do birthdays. I have a few birthdays to do today. Andy, you've turned 20 today, and I know this because your dear friend Marcy wrote to me and told me that you're an exceptionally talented artist. And I think you're so good. Marcy finds what you create so amazing that you've got her into art as well. I wish I had a picture to show you actually of Andy's art, but Andy, welcome to your 20s. I hope you have a great birthday today. Many happy returns. I hope you get some exceptionally well-iced chocolate cake. Next, Harry. Harry, you're turning 24 today. I know this because your girlfriend Emma wrote to me and told me that you watch every day, so thank you for doing that. And I hope you also get well-iced chocolate cake, of course. Next, Jack. Jack's also turning 24, so that's 3 people turning 20s ages today. Jack, you're turning 24. I know this because your girlfriend Michaela wrote to me and told me you watch every evening before you go to bed. It's amazing how many people do that on account of how boring I am. But Jack, anyway, thanks for watching while you are awake, and many happy returns. I hope you get some chocolate cake too. Next, Phoebe. Your twin sister, Maddie. So it's both of your birthdays I've deduced. There's a knowledge bomb for you. Phoebe, it's your birthday today. Maddie told me that you're wonderful, amazing, and clever. And I know you've got a couple of years left studying to be a vet. So best of luck with the studies, Phoebe. And many happy returns to you both. And lastly, Uncle Ben. Uncle Ben, your nephew Grant wrote to me and told me that you'd introduced your entire family to Cracking the Cryptic. Uncle Ben, you are somebody I admire greatly, and I like you very much. Thank you, Uncle Ben, and I hope you have a great birthday, and there is a very heavily iced chocolate cake for you as well. That is, or they are all the snippets of news I have for you. Shall we have a go at Kaktuslav's puzzle? Ben's. What do we have to do if we're going to solve this correctly? We have got... Let me just check the recording's working. That would be a disaster if it wasn't, but it looks like it is. So we've got normal Sudoku rules applying. So we're going to put the digits 1 to 9 once each in every row, every column, and every 3x3 box. Each L-shaped blue line is divided by box borders into segments with the same sum. So let's find a long line. Let's look at this line here. So this line, you can see the 3x3 box borders divide it into segments. Let's colour each of the segments. I think it's those. And what we're being told is that those 3 purple digits there sum to the same as those red digits there, sum to the same as those green digits there. But we don't know what that sum is. We're going to have to work that out. Different lines may have different sums. So whatever the sum is for those 3 segments we just found, this region sum line could have a completely different sum. So those 2 have to sum to the same as those 2, but that doesn't have to be the same sum as that one had. These could have any sum you want, but all we know is that those 2 add to the same as those 2. The digit at the bend of each line equals the number of distinct digits appearing on that line. So that digit is going to be, so you're going to look at the whole line, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and that digit will have to be, well, I can see some restrictions on it immediately, but it couldn't be more than 8 because the line is of length 8, and therefore there couldn't be 9 distinct digits on that line, could there? 9 different digits, that won't work. They are all the rules. Do have a go. The way to play is to click the link under the video as usual, but now I get to play. Let's get cracking. So maybe we start with this line, do we? I mean, if we look at column 9 there, those digits on this line definitely all have to be different because they're in the same column. So that digit in the corner, I think, must be at least 6. And how long was the line? 8 altogether. So that is 6, 7, or 8 in the corner. Now, okay, so that didn't really work, did it? Because I don't think we can say much more. I mean, I know that those 5 digits equal the same as those 3 digits, but a tip for region sum lines is it's generally better to focus on lines where there is a serious differential in the lengths of the segments. So I'm trying to spot one which has got these. They're very even, actually. They're very. That one's not bad. Yeah, let's start with this one. This is the biggest one I can see as having a differential. So as Maverick flies over, hello Maverick. Sorry about the aeroplane noise in the background. Look at this one. That's got a 2-cell segment and a 5-cell segment. So that does cause a slight restriction on this domino, because the minimum that these digits can sum to is 15. If we were to populate those green cells with the lowest digits we could possibly put on them, they've all got to be different. So they could be 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, the sum of which is 15. So this domino has to sum to 15 or more, which means the digits in these 2 cells are at least, you can't include 5 as either of them, because you'd have to accompany it with a 10. 10 isn't a Sudoku number. So these digits are quite chunky digits, and this digit in the corner, well, it's at least 5, because there must be 5 different digits here in row 1. And it's 5, 6, or 7. It can't be more than 7, because actually there's 2 reasons it can't be more than 7. One reason is there are only 7 cells on the line. The other reason is that imagine it was an 8. Well, then the minimum sum of those digits would be 18, because 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 8 is 18, and I can't make that domino add up to 18. So that is quite restricted. No, what I was about to say is not true. Or the logic was backwards. No, it's not. It's not true what I was about to say. Well, no, it is sort of true. No, it's backwards. Right. I was going to say, and this is wrong, but I'll say it anyway, just to instruct you on how poor my mind worked there. I was about to say that can't be a 5, because in my mind I was thinking about this at it being a 15 total. But that's backwards, actually. I'm not now saying that can't be 5. But I am saying I don't think 15 is a valid total here. And that is a better way round to make the argument. It's a correct way round, because if that domino did sum to 15, then we know that these 2 digits here would either be 6, 9, or 7, 8. But we'd also know that those digits would have to be 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So then we ask the question, how many distinct digits are there on this line? Well, there would be 7 distinct digits, because 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 here, plus 6 and 9, or 7 and 8, they're all different, aren't they? So that should be a 7, but it couldn't be a 7 if those digits are 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. That would be a paradox. So I don't think 6 is a valid option here, because 6, we know these add up to at least 15, and we've just proved 15 is impossible. So we must be going either to 6, we must be going to 16 or 17. So one of these is a 9. Now, if it was 16, there would only be one way to fill this still. This would be a 6 in the corner. It would have to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. That doesn't work either. It's the same problem. If this is 16, because these digits have to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, it's the only way to make 5 different Sudoku digits add to 16. Again, we'd have a 7, 9 pair here, and we would have 7 different digits on the line, and that should be a 7, and yet could only be as high as 6. So this is actually, well, it's actually an 8, 9 pair adding to 17. But, yeah, okay. And now, there might have been a better way to do this. But anyway, these digits definitely are all different, and none of them are 8 or 9. Because imagine we did try and put an 8 here, or a 9. The other 4 digits in the box would be at least 1, 2, 3, 4, adding to 10. So we'd be at least at an 18 total. So what we now know is that there are exactly 7 different digits on this line. There's whatever we put in those 5 and the 8 and the 9, which can't be duplicated. So it is a 7 in the corner then, because that counts how many distinct digits there are. And now these digits are 1, 2, 3, 4 in order to get the total to add to 17. This is really clever. Right. Now that digit is a 6. We definitely started in the wrong place, didn't we? We should have started over here, because then we wouldn't have got into a pickle over here. So this one is saying that there are 6 different digits in those cells. So those 2 digits have to make a reappearance on this line. Oh, this is beautiful. Right. This is a beautiful... Kaktuslav is just a legend of a constructor. I think he is so clever. I cannot tell you. I want to say... I might be wrong about this, but Kaktuslav is a mathematician, I think. And I have a feeling an exceptionally good one. Anyway, I don't want to say more in case I'm misremembering that. But anyway, look at what's going on here. This dogleg position 6 is saying that on this length 8 line there are 6 different digits only, and we know that those are those digits, don't we? They've all got to be different. So these 2 have to repeat, but they can't repeat in their own box. So those 2 purple digits are going into those 2 cells, in order that this only has 6 distinct digits on it. But now, let's think about the maths of the line, because we also know, don't we, that these 5 add up to the same as those 3. But we know there's 2 coincident digits in these totals, so these 3 digits here are 2 purples plus an extra digit. And these digits are 2 purples plus 3 extra digits. So for the mathematics to work, these 3 have to sum to the same as the extra digit that's down here. But making 3 different digits, including a 6, add up to a Sudoku digit requires those digits to be a 6, 1, 2, and one of those is a 9. That's the only way you can do it. So I don't have a clue what these are. Well, no, actually, no, I was about to say I don't have a clue what they are. But that's slightly wrong, isn't it? Those digits actually... Well, they can't be 1, 2, 6, 7, 8, or 9, so they are 3, 4, or 5. So these are 3, 4, and 5. They make a reappearance down here, whatever these actually are. They make a reappearance down there, along with the digit 9. Now we probably want to look at those, but let me just think about this for a second. Is there anything obvious that we can do with the maths of this? I don't know. Or even that cell, which is this line is an enormous line. Let's check this digit first, though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's at least a 5, because those 5 digits have to be different. And it's no more than 6, because the dogleg here is quite a short dogleg, isn't it? If it was a golf hole, you'd sort of drive a long way to the corner and then have a short shot in. So this is 5. Oh, so it is 5, is it? Is that what I'm being told here? Yeah, I think actually this cell is just a 5, because it's definitely at least 5 from row 9. And the maximum number of distinct digits would have been 6, which it can't be in the corner. So that is 5. So these are now... Right. So these are now 3, 4, 9, which means these haven't got 5 on them. Which means this 3, 4 pair is seeing these 2 cells. This is so smooth, isn't it? And now I can place 5 in the top row without doing anything clever at all. Whoopsie, whoopsie, whoopsie. That wasn't very clever. This is a 3, 4 pair by Sudoku. And these digits are a 7, 8 pair. And this digit here has to make a reappearance on this line. This is going to be the same logic we've just done, because there are 5 distinct digits on this line, and they are those 5 digits. That means this must repeat on the line, and it can't repeat in its own box. So that green digit is in one of those 2 cells. But that means, from a region sum perspective, these 4 digits sum to these 2 digits, but the green digit is in both sums. So whatever the other digit is here, it sums to those 3 digits to make the maths add up. Therefore, it is an 8 or a 9. because even if these were a 1-2, well, the least these could be would be a 1-2 pair. And the most they can be is a 1-3 pair, because we can't make this extra digit here be more than 9. It's either 5 plus 1 plus 2 or 5 plus 1 plus 3. So these digits are the green digit, which is 7 or 8, and then another digit that is an 8 or a 9. And yeah, I'm not sure if we can do that. We might have to look at this one or this one. I don't know where to look. There's a whole richness of options, isn't there? Should we try this one? This again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's a 6 this time, because it's at least 5 from column 1. There are 5 different digits on the line. It can't be 5, so it must be 6. And that means this digit doesn't reappear on the line. So that digit is in one of those 4 cells in column 1. Yeah, okay, I don't like that pencil. I'm not sure. I bet it's going to be that one. If it was 3, 4, or 7, would we know anything more? Not really. What about the segment sizes here? What could these be? They could be 1, 2, 3, I suppose. So this would be a minimum of 12. So this has to add up to at least 12. That's not even difficult, with 8s and 9s available. Okay, maybe this one then instead. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So this one could be a 9. Actually, it can't be a 9 for a funny reason. Oh, no. No, I know what this is. This is gorgeous again. Right, we're going to look at this digit, because on this dog leg, this is a chunky dog leg. I mean, this is a par 5, isn't it? This one. But in the column, those digits all have to be different. So this digit is at least a 7. So it's 7, 8, or 9, depending on whether there's any repeats in these two and in those. If these two or one of them repeat down here. Now, here is the beautiful question. Let's imagine this is 9 for a moment. That means that these 2 digits don't repeat on this line. So here's my question. If that's true, if this is a 9, where do those 2 indigo digits go in column 7? They can't go anywhere, because they definitely can't go in those cells. They've already appeared in box 3 already, and they can't reappear on the line, so there's no way that's 9. But it's the same logic with 8. If this is 8, one of these digits only is repeating on the line, and the other one needs to appear in column 7 somewhere, and it can't go anywhere because it can't go in those 2. So that's got to be 7. And these 2 digits, I don't actually like the indigo. I'm going to go orange. Oh, no, I used orange already. Oh, you go red. Yeah, red's okay. So these 2 digits do appear down there somewhere. Now, what does that do? Don't know. Those digits are 5, 8, 9 by Sudoku. So the segment size now is at least 13, isn't it? If that was 7, 5, 1, we'd be on 13 for those 2. So the secret, oh my goodness, that's a very buzzy message I'm getting from my, I can't deal with. That's somebody on a WhatsApp saying, name that golf course. I can't see the picture, so I can't do it. 13, 26, 33. No, that's going to work, I think. I'm wondering whether we could use the secret on this column. Now, the secret of Sudoku is something I share with only my very favourite people. But of course, if you're still with me at this point in the video, 25 minutes into my waffling, you're definitely one of my favourite people. So let me just explain what I was thinking there. That the secret of Sudoku is that this column indeed any column, or any row, or any complete box of a Sudoku, because of the rules of Sudoku, we know that column contains the digits 1 to 9 once each, don't we? If you sum those digits, you get 45. That's the secret. Now, what I was wondering is, if we look at this sum, I was looking at the minimum. We'll look at the maximum in a minute, but the minimum would be a 7 here, a 5 here, and a 1 here. So that segment would sum to 13 minimum. Now that would mean these cells sum to 13 and these cells sum to 13. So that's 26 for those, plus 7 is 33, which would require these, by the secret, to add up to 12 to get to 45. But that looks totally possible, doesn't it? So let's see if we can get rid of 9. 7 plus 9, 16, 18 is the maximum. That's too big. That's definitely too big, because if this was 18, in fact, let's just check 17 as well. If it's 17, which would be 9 here and a 1 here, 17, 34, plus 7 is 41. These two, it's nowhere near actually. These two would have to add up to 4. But we can see by observation, the minimum here is a 5 and a 3. So these add up to at least 8. So 9 here just doesn't work at all. I don't think 8's going to work, but I might be wrong about that. Let's try 8 with a 1. That would give us 16 for the red segment, which means these are 32, plus 7 is 39. That doesn't work, because these are at least 8, and the total for the column would be more than 45. So this is 5, actually. Right. So the total we're looking for is now 13 or 14. So 13 definitely worked, didn't it? Because they had to add up to 12. And that could be two different ways: 8, 4, or 3, 9. If we go 14, we get 28, 35. These would have to add up to 10, which that doesn't work. Right, so this is a 1, because 2 doesn't work, basically. The maths of this doesn't allow it to add up to 10. But that's not going to resolve this. So we're on 13. I'm just going to double check it. We've got 26, 33, yeah, 12 to get to 45. But there are 2 different ways of doing it. So 5 has to be on that segment, though. Right, that's lovely. Right, let's look at these 3 digits, which we know sum to 13, because every segment on this line sums to 13. Now, that means the other 2 digits that are not 5 here sum to 8. Well, they're not 1, 7, and they're not 3, 5, because that would put 2 5s in the segments. So what they are is 5, 2, 6. Oh dear, that actually didn't work at all, did it? So that's weird. Oh, I see. So I'm not going to... No. It's fine. What I should do is Sudoku. Where's 8 in column 7 is a very simple question. Look, 8, there is an 8 in that domino, so there's no 8 in that sequence. So 8 goes at the top. So that's 8, that's 4, that's 3, that's 9. Now this segment has a 9 on it and is 913. No. Yeah, 913, that does add up to 13. Yeah, that's okay, and that works from a Sudoku. So this digit is a 2, which, yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Because then we said, didn't we, that those 3 added up to whatever isn't the green digit here. So we can't use 3 here because they would add up to 10. So this has definitely got 8 on it. And that's beautiful. Because 8 is not the green digit. 8 is the sum of those 3, and this one is the one that repeats. So that now can't be 8. That's got to be 7. That's got to be 8. And these digits are a 7-8 pair and don't include 9 now. That's beautiful, isn't it? It's classic Kaktuslav. Now, what are those? 4 and 6 by Sudoku. That looks plausible. These are 1, 8, and 7. by Sudoku. So it looks like we've done a good deed, doesn't it, in the final 3 columns. And we've got something on this line. That digit can't be more than 5 because oh no! I've just had a horrible thought. I didn't think of this at all, and I'm such a plum. I've suddenly realised that wouldn't I have been better starting this by thinking about small, short lines? I would definitely have been better. I'm so sorry. I should have thought about short lines. Because all of these lines, the corner digit, especially for these two, the corner digit can't be more than 5 because that is a length 5 line. And that's the sum. And this is the sum. So this digit, it can't be less than 3 because it's the sum of 2 digits. Even if this was a 1-2 pair, that can't be, that's the lowest it could be. So that is 3, 4, or 5. And that's 3, 4, or 5. 4, oh, it's beautiful. Oh, and this is where I should have started the puzzle. I'm sorry, I think I've done this all backwards, but 4 is a totally impossible total in either of these positions. Why? Well, how would 4 work from the perspective of its line? If this is a 4, this has to be a 1-3 pair, and that has to be a 1-3 pair as well. And that only puts 3 distinct digits on the line, not 4 distinct digits. So 4 is impossible in those positions. This is a 3-5 pair. Moreover, actually, this one can't add up. Those two can't add up to 5, look. It's just impossible. So that's a 3, and 3 is going to be very powerful. So it's got to be 2, 1 on the lines. So this is a 1-2 pair as well. This is now 5. So this one is different. It's quite different from this one because this has to have 5 distinct digits on it, which means one of these is going to be a 1-4 pair, and one of these is going to be a 2-3 pair. All we've got to do is work out which way round they go. So this one, if it's a 1-4 pair, it's going to be that way. If it's a 2-3 pair, it's going to be that way. And these two, I don't think they're restricted, but they are definitely, these digits are definitely different from these. Maybe I should note that actually. I'll use my blues to try and remind me. These two are different from these two. And this digit at the corner of this dog leg can't be more than 4, can it? Well, okay, that's a 4 then. I'm not having that as less than 4. Because the only thing it could be, if it's less than 4, is 3, but that's going to make the maths totally not work. Well, sorry, that's not a very good way of explaining the point. But this digit, you can see this digit is at least 3. Whoa. It's at least 3, because these digits are all different. It's no more than 4, because the line is no more than 4. Now, if this was a 3, that would be saying that these 3 digits are the distinct ones, which means this is a repeat. But where does this repeat on the line? It would have to be in one of these 2 cells. But that means that the sum of this domino and this domino, which are the same, each include the same digit as one of their digits. So that would mean the other digit would have to be the same, and it would also repeat. And it would break Sudoku, and the whole world wouldn't make sense at all. So this is a 4, that's a 4, that's a 6. These are all different digits now. But that actually takes all the pressure off the line. Because actually this cell especially has got a lot, well, hang on, 3, 5, 6, 9. That digit is 3, 5, or 9. So if that was 7, those would have to be 1, 6. If this was 5, there's loads of options. And if that's 9, there's probably loads. No, 9 is more restricted. That would have to be 6, 7. It's the only option left. 4, 9, and 5, 8 wouldn't work to get to 13. But if this is 5, I think this has got a lot of ways of doing it. And I haven't even looked at this line either. So this line, 1, 2, 3, 4, this is a 5 or a 6. It's the same principle we've learnt already. It's got 5 distinct digits in column 3, a possible repeater. So there is a 5, 6 pair now in row 5. Now, I don't know. Oh, I see. Sudoku. That's an 8, 9 pair in box 1 by Sudoku. So these are a 5, 6 pair. That's nearly good, but not actually good enough. 3 is nearly 4. If I can get 3 onto that domino, I know it would be a 2, 3 pair, but 3 could go there, I think. I'm thinking about 3 by Sudoku in box thingy. Can that be a 3 by maths? Does it get ruled out by that segment? 3, 6, 4 is what? 13. That doesn't work. Right, there we go. So this can't be 3 on this segment. Because if it is, the maximum that segment can sum to is 3 here, 4 here, 6 here. That's 13 for that segment. But this segment actually is at least 14, 8, 5, 1. When I did the maths before, I got more than that. So I didn't realise that was quite as close as it was. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. But I for some reason, when I first did it, I thought it really didn't work. And it only slightly doesn't work. But anyway, that's still the same point. So this is not 3. So 3 is on this domino. So that's huge, really, because now this has to be 2, 3 to add to 5. And this has to be 1, 4. And we know the order, because it's got to have all the distinct digits on it. So now in this row, what do we need? 2 and 3 in those cells? No, that's wrong. 3 and 7 in those cells. So 7 in column 4 is in a domino there. Can't be in these cells, can't be in those cells. And these cells are 2 and 6, which we can do. So that's 2, that's 6. Now, now I don't know what to do. So this was 2, 3. So that isn't a 3. That isn't a 3 by Sudoku as well. So this is a 3. We've got a... Oh, and 3 was a purple digit. It's the 9 here that's not a purple digit. 3 here means this is 3 and this is 7. Sorry, I should have seen that before, shouldn't I? So this is 7 and this is 8. So what are those digits? 4, 9? That's good if that's true. Yeah, okay. I mean, that seems to give me a 4, 9 pair in row 4. The 5 here is good. So that's 5, that's 6. So let's actually study this row a bit harder. So I've got a 4, 9 pair, and I've got a 2, 3 pair, and I've got a 5 and a 6. So what else do I need? I need 1, 7, and 8. So this is 1 or 8. This is also 1 or 8. Oh, I see. So I could have just asked where 7 goes in row 4, and I would have known the answer, which I didn't spot. Now, what do we do with this knowledge? This 5 means this is a 6, so this is a 6 and this is a 5. Probably meant to look at that line, aren't we? Maybe this digit is a bit under pressure. I'm not sure about that at all. If that's a 4, then that digit is a 4. And that's probably that's not going to work either, is it? That's really weird. But when we did this line before, I was thinking about 3 in this position, and we worked out that couldn't only add up to 13 because it didn't work there. But if that's a 4, it's the same point. If that's a 4, the maximum sum of that line is still 13 because this no longer has the option of being a 4 then. And we know so we could go 4, 3, 6. That's still 13. That's still adding up to at least 14. which might, no, 14 is still possible. I was wondering if that had changed after we got that digit, but that is the low one, so no. But it still doesn't work. If this is a 4, 4 gets plonked here and it doesn't work, so that's got to be 9. That's got to be 4. That's 4. That's 9. Now, I've just seen some, I don't know if this is the point, but 2 in column 1 has to be down there, because it's definitely there, and it's got to be on this line here. What? Oh, I tell you what we might want to think about. 3, 4, and 9 in the bottom row are a triple. This can't be 4. I bet that can't be 9. If that's 9, these could be a 1-2 pair, so where would we be up to? 18. 18 doesn't work in that domino. The maximum that can be is an 8-9 pair. So that can't be 9. So this is 3 or 4. We thought about this being 12 before, didn't we? It can't actually be 12 now, because there's no way to make this domino add to 12. It can't be 3, 3, 9, 4, 8, or 5, 7. But I think in theory this could be very big. It could be 17, which takes all the pressure off that. No, it's probably this digit, I think. Let's try that one. 1, 2, 7, 9. One of those is a 9, actually. Maybe this can't be 9. Oh, no. Oh, wait. If that's 9, that's 8, isn't it? Because this has got to have 6 different digits on it. So if we did put 9 there... No, it won't work, will it? 9, 6 plus 2 is 17. Even if this was 9, 5, 2, that's 16. That's not enough. So that is not the 9 we're looking for. That is a 9. So I'm going to pencil mark row 5, I think. 1, 2, and 7. We know this can't be 1 or 2. Because that wouldn't add up to enough. So that's got to be 7. That's got to be 7. This is a 1-2 pair. I know the order. So 2, 1, 8. 1 here. So we're going to have a very good grasp now of the total of this line. And we can get that digit. There's a knowledge bomb. Oh, I see. 1 plus 6 is 7. I can do the maths on that. So that's 3. That's 9. This needs 5 and 6. We can just fill it in. 6, 5, 8, 9. This is just a spectacularly lovely puzzle, actually. It's definitely not the hardest Kaktuslav puzzle I've ever done, but that doesn't mean it's not utterly brilliant. It's beautiful. The logic is just beautiful. 4 here. So in this column, it's 2, 5, 8. Now, can we do anything there? That's not 8. That's not 5. Are we chocolate teapotted? We are chocolate teapotted, bobbins. But if that's 8, surely this gets too big. 14, yeah, it does. If this is 8, we're on 14 plus 2 more digits here, and this is a 5, making that 14 flat, so that won't work. So that's got to be, whoopsie, that's got to be 2. That's now 5. That's 8. So we are on 17. We're going to be able to get this digit now. 17, and those add up to 13, so that's got to be a 4. 4, 3. Let's just do this. So that's 4, that's 5 by maths. Well, no, not really by maths, by Sudoku. 2 means this is 2 and this is 1. So in row, I think we're finished. I think I just have to do the Sudoku. Well, maybe that line, maybe not. Maybe there's more lineage to do up there. So 7 in row 7 goes there. So 7, 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 8, 9. Oh no, we aren't done. We actually really aren't done. Look at those cells there. Now, without the maths of this line, there would be no way to tell whether this is 8 there and 9's there, or the other way round. Nothing about the internal logic of the puzzle would explain the difference, so it would have 2 solutions. However, it doesn't have 2 solutions because of the maths of that line, isn't it? We've got 15. So these have to add to 15, which makes this 9. It's just lovely. Just lovely. That is a very, very gorgeous puzzle. Had a lot of solves. Unsurprising. Kaktuslav strutting his stuff again with an absolute worldie. And I know, yeah, as I said before, it may not have been the hardest puzzle we've ever attempted on the channel, but when it's that beautiful, that is the sort of puzzle that can make people fall in love, I think, with variant Sudoku, because it's just glorious. It's just glorious from start to finish. Loved it. Absolutely loved it. Let me know in the comments how you got on with it. I enjoy the comments, especially when they're kind. And we'll be back later with another edition of Cracking the Cryptic.